Hello my friends, Rotodil here, and today I want to review the P30 Lite. I've been using it for the past couple of months and basically I have some good things about it and bad things about it. So today we'll talk about all of these. Let's begin. So how are you doing my friends? I'm Rotodil and welcome to my channel. I've been reviewing gadgets for the past couple of years now and I want to invite you to join my channel. You can do that by clicking on the red subscribe button down below. And by the way, if you have any questions about the products I review, feel free to also post it in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out. So I've been using the P30 Lite and as you can see this is the box itself and it comes with a lot of accessories, but in the end I found that after using the phone for a while I have a couple of issues with it. The first one is actually not as important as the others, but still for me it was a big thing. It comes with tons of junk. It comes with the booking.com app, it comes with the Amazon app. And you know what, if I haven't installed these apps, why are you installing them for me? This is the first thing that I found that I actually disliked about the phone. Other than that, I found that this phone, maybe because of its design, is basically too hot. I mean, it's getting way too hot, way too fast, and because it has a back built from glass, you really feel that. I actually felt that it gets hotter than most of the other phones I ever had in my life. So if this is an issue for you, you might want to reconsider before purchasing this phone. Other than that, you have the camera array over here, and when you put the phone on a table, for example, you'll see that it's not 100% stable, and that is exactly what happens when you don't have a cover for it. Even if you have a cover for it, the camera array is so bulky that you might even still get that problem with the phone when it's on your desk. So this is something that I also felt like I could have wanted the array to be more inserted into the phone, but like I said, you might want to get a cover for it and like a big one, and then you lose the advantage of the phone, which is it being so slim. So this is the Huawei P30 Lite, and as you can see, it's a mid-range phone from Huawei. And I've also reviewed the P30 in the past, so I actually have experience with the Huawei phones. On this phone, we get the EMUI 9 operating system. That means that you don't have the ability to actually see a folder with all your apps. You have to create one, and any new app you install is basically going straight to your home screen. I really don't like that functionality, and I wish I had the 9.1 version or a version of a system that actually enables me to have all my apps in some kind of launcher and not on my home screen, but maybe that's just me. I do think that the design of this phone is just amazing. I love the colors on the screen, and also I love the fact that we are seeing that the glass back over here is just amazing. You can get it in a couple of different other colors. I'll almost always choose my phones in black for some reason, but in this case, as you can see, it's still very beautiful and amazing. And you also get a lot of fingerprints on it. This is because we are talking about the glass back. Most of the phone is glass, but on the sides you'll see that you get a plastic border for it, and this is quite differentiating from the P30, which was aluminum based. The screen is 6.15 inch and it's an LCD IPS screen with a 1080p resolution. I don't feel like I needed a 4K resolution on this, and especially at this price range I wouldn't expect anything else. The Huawei P30 Lite also has a fingerprint sensor here on the back. I think it's one of the best positions for fingerprint readers, and I don't like the ones that have it on the front. I think it's the best option for me because I got used to it on my other phone, and I was happy when I saw it over here. You can get the Huawei P30 Lite with the 128 gigs of ROM, and also you can basically install an SD card and extend even more this storage if you want. So I'm a heavy gamer and I actually tested out this phone. Basically you can run anything with it, and because you also get the Kirin 710 processor, you basically get the kind of processing power that you expect to get from a Snapdragon 660, for example. But if you actually compare this phone with the Pocophone, you'll see that there is a difference here. The Pocophone comes with a Snapdragon 845, which is actually 15% faster than what this phone has on the Kirin 710. So you get everything you need to run all the games on the Play Store from my experience, but just so you know, it's not the best processor you can get at this phone's price range. The battery here is a 3340 milliamps. It will last you an entire day and it's better than what the P30 Lite had. But in the end, I feel like that in this day and age, we need a 4000 milliamp battery. If you want to get to the end of the day, and if you are like me using your phone more than 2 hours or 3 hours a day, you basically need a 4000 milliamps battery, and you don't have that on this phone. That means that you'll probably need to carry an external charger for it, or you'll have to charge in midday by finding a power outlet. So you do have the USB-C here on the bottom. Just charge it over the day if you're like me. You also get a quick charge, which will basically charge up your phone by 30% in 30 minutes, around 30% in 30 minutes. I like that feature and I think that it's important that we are seeing it in this phone. So let's talk about the camera array. On the selfie camera, we see that we have a 24 megapixel camera with basically an f2.0. That means that you're not getting that much light inside that camera, but you actually get a 24 megapixel camera. That means that you're gonna get a lot of detail, and I actually like that camera a lot. On the back side of the phone, we are seeing the camera array over here. So basically we have 3 cameras here. We have a 48 megapixels main camera with a 2 megapixel depth sensor that is basically used when you are filming in a portrait, when you're taking pictures in portrait mode, and it will blur out your background. It works very well, and it's one of the best phones, actually the whole P30 series for blurring your background is one of the best I've seen on any phone. So if you are into making your selfies like with blurry backgrounds, that's one of the phones you can get that does that very well at a really cheap price. The last camera here is the wide-angle lens camera, which will bring you great quality videos and photos on a wide angle. This is not available though in night photography mode, which is quite a shame because usually you want to take wide-angle photos in night photography mode, but still you could make videos and photos on a wide-angle camera with a very, very cheap phone compared to other phones that have a wide-angle camera on the market. So I really like that we are still keeping that camera. We did lose, by the way, the telephoto camera or the telephoto lens that we had on the P30 that has a different price range, obviously. So you can't zoom in optically, but you can zoom in digitally to some point, and then the phone will basically show you that it's basically blowing up pixels. So a nice camera array on this phone, and I actually really like it. One thing that I want to talk about is how the Huawei system basically treats your photos. You'll get 12 megapixels photos from it. So that means that even though you're using a 48 megapixel camera, you're still getting 12. And that is because of the manipulation the Huawei software does to basically generate photos for you that are more stable and more of high quality. And you know what? You don't really want the 48 megapixel photos because they are way too heavy, and you can actually force the phone to take these, but they will not be as sharp and as good as the ones you're taking with the 12 megapixels option. You can also record videos with this phone, obviously, and we are talking about the 1080p resolution videos, no 4K over here, with a 60 frames per second option. While recording with 60 frames per second option, you will not be able to use the EIS or the electronic stabilization. You will basically have to switch to 30 frames per second, and then you will have the EIS feature, which will stable your videos. But that's an EIS system and not an optical system like you can see in many other phones these days. So be sure that if you need stable videos or a high quality videos camera, this is probably not the one you want to get, especially if you need 4K. So a couple of things that I really wanted to have in this phone but I didn't have them. The first of all is that there is no waterproof protection whatsoever. I didn't expect that on this kind of price range, but still, this day and age where everybody basically take their phones everywhere, I wish it was here. Other than that, the camera array I talked about, that the fact that you can basically, it's hard to put it on the table without being like this stable and all. it's a thing I really dislike about this phone. And the fact that we lost a telephoto lens, because I really like the fact that I could zoom in with my phone, and now I basically need to get the P30 to do that. So all in all, I think it's a great phone for Huawei. I actually compare it to the Poco phone, which is basically on the same price range, and between the two I would probably choose the Poco phone. So like always, I'm putting in the description of this video below links and more information about the Poco phone and this phone, and you can choose your next phone by using these links if you want to support me. But in the end, it's not as good as the Poco phone, and maybe even some other phones that are on the same price range. It does have an amazing screen, and also, as you can see, the design of it is just awesome, except the thing with the camera array, which is too bulky and extruded outside. But all in all, it's a great phone from Huawei. Not the best at its price range, but that's just my opinion, I guess. I hope I'll see you on my next video. I was Rotodil, and please subscribe to the channel by clicking with the red button down below if you haven't done so. So I'll see you on my next gadget reviews. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.